Whoa, 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 whoa. I know what you're already thinking. What's happening? What's going on? Where are you right now? I can explain, and I will explain. Roll the explanation. So here's the skivvy. A couple weeks ago, my sister went on vacation to California for a week. And do you want to tell them what you thought of California?
I mean, it was fun. I think it's always fun to travel to new places. But I don't know. I feel like because we've always grown up in Central Florida, I never really felt super Southern. And then I went to the West Coast and I was like, oh, actually I am pretty Southern and I am a little bit out of place here. And I think there was so much brown. There was so much brown and flat.
I'm gonna flash the text because she's saying it way nicer than how she texted it to me in the moment. I'm gonna show text here about what she was texting me, demanding why people weren't smiling and nodding at her everywhere she went.
Also, what is a freeway? Why do they call it a freeway there? That was weirding me out.
Yeah, everyone knows it's the highway because you're always on the way and high. Duh. So basically, she went on vacation for a week in California and had an awakening and realized she loves Florida to death and hates California. And when she was texting me that, I found it odd because I hate Florida, actually, believe it or not. I can't stand living here. Now I'm about to go on vacation for a week in Nebraska, which to me is the motherland. And not just because I'm white. So I guess this is all just going to be a way for me to kind of document what I see as the beauty of the Midwest, and all of its boringness. I find it beautiful, and I'm hoping that when you see the footage, you don't have to agree with me, but maybe you can at least see my side. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm in Nebraska now, and I hope you enjoy. Okay, but actually first, before we get to me being in Nebraska, I need to tell you about something. Because I didn't just fly on one plane from Tampa to Nebraska, I had a layover in Atlanta, and it was awful. So I get to Atlanta at 7 in the morning, I think, or 8 in the morning, and I get off the plane, I go into the terminal, and it's fucking massive. And it's 3.5 hours before my next flight to Omaha. It's so far in advance that they don't even have my gate number for me, so I'm just kind of wandering around. I'm telling you, I walked 5-10 minutes in one direction and just didn't hit an end. It just kept going, and it was so busy. There were people everywhere. Every single spot was crowded. I found a food court at one point. Every single shop in the food court. Every single restaurant in that food court was packed. And mind you, it was 8 a.m. There was an Arby's there that had a line. And a pizza place. Who gets Arby's or even pizza at 8 in the morning? So anyways, after my breakfast, I just kept walking around until finally I got a notification with a gate number. The gate number was C2. The terminal I've been walking around in was the E terminal. And I go, that's odd. And that's when I notice the terminal I'm in is not the only terminal. There's all of those terminals too. And every single one of them is just as big as the one single terminal that I'd been walking through. This place is massive. They have a tram that will take you between the terminals, and the whole thing is modeled like a subway system. I felt like I was in New York. So I still have 2 hours to kill before boarding time, so I decide to walk around and check out the other terminals. All of them are distinct. They all have their own unique restaurants, their own unique layout and look, but it's also all the same shit. And they were all also incredibly crowded. It felt like I was at Disney, but if the only attraction was airplane. So enough time passes, I get to my proper gate, And I'm just waiting to be able to board, and then suddenly we get an announcement, and they tell us, sorry, you can't board this plane because while it was in the air previously, it got struck by lightning, and now they didn't know if it would work or not. So they had to give us a new gate with a new plane. Turns out that gate was on the complete other end of the terminal. We had to go from C2 to C52. It took like 10 minutes to get there, but we get there and all of us are waiting again, and then the second plane comes in and there's another issue where now they're saying, oh, this plane had a leak on somewhere, and condensation was getting inside the plane. Apparently like half the seats in the plane were soaked with water from condensation because there was a leak, and it's a miracle that it even got there apparently. So then they had to give us a third plane on a third gate that was on again the other side of the terminal, and this whole process added like an extra, I want to say like hour and a half to us boarding and getting on the plane. Genuinely, I spent more time in just the Atlanta airport than the time it took to fly total that day. But eventually, I did make it to... But okay, I'm in Nebraska. It's still day one. It feels like an entire day has gone by, but it's only like 3 in the afternoon. And the first stop we make is a candy store. But you don't understand. It is Nebraska's biggest and best candy store. And I'm serious on it being the biggest. Look inside there. Look how massive that place is. It's like the size of some malls, I want to say. It is ginormous. And they don't even just sell candy there now. They've got like a wall of every soda ever. They have like homemade jams and jellies. Do you see this like Kool-Aid machine? They have different flavors of Kool-Aid. Are you kidding me? There was an overwhelming amount of choices, but for this row view, I opted for 2 items. First, this glass bottle Dr. Pepper made with cane sugar, because I've only ever seen glass Coca-Cola bottles with cane sugar. Didn't know they did it with other sodas, and Dr. Pepper is the soda, so had to get that. And I got these Lucky Lights cigarette candies because I've been watching Mad Men recently. In Mad Men, in real life, they're called Lucky Strikes. That's what it's a play off of, so I thought it'd be kind of cool. So, let's review this. We'll start with the Dr. Pepper. Now, you know, of course you're gonna need a bottle opener for this. And let's give this a try. That's good. I usually, if I drink sodas, I only drink diet sodas now. So it is very, very noticeable getting sugar in general, much less cane sugar. I'm probably gonna have to give that an 8 out of 10. Next up, the cigarettes. So I will say they're missing the brown end, so you're supposed to know which part of it goes in your mouth. So I'm not really sure how I'm supposed to take it, but I'm just gonna... And it looks less like a cigarette and more... It looks more like the end of a lollipop. But... And I feel like at one point, the gimmick was that you're supposed to be able to blow out the dust. so it kind of looked like smoking, but even if I like nothing, literally nothing. So there's no taste at all. I'm not getting any menthol or nicotine from this whatsoever, much less anything like that sweet. I guess it's like a chalky kind of sugar. Does this have it, ingredients? Yeah, dextrose, cornstarch, corn syrup, beef gelatin, I'm not getting any meat from that. That one is probably more like a 3. It's not that great. But let's be totally honest, neither of these are as good on their own as they are together. I mean, you know what I mean, right? Like, I mean, this is just like a hell yeah simulator, you know? Give me some fucking kitty gambling, scratch offs, I'm set. So together, that's gonna be like an easy like 9, if not 10 out of 10. I mean,